Welcome, everyone. The human mind is an incredible tool capable of shaping the world around us and our inner experience. Yet, for many, it becomes a source of turmoil rather than tranquility. Why? Because an undisciplined mind is like a wild horse, it runs in every direction, exhausting itself without purpose. If you wish to experience peace, you must take charge of this wild energy and direct it consciously. Let us understand, peace is not something you find outside. It is not hidden in some distant corner of the world. Peace is a state of being, an inner possibility. But to access it, your mind must become a friend, not a foe. When your mind is disciplined, it becomes a gateway to immense clarity, balance, and ultimately peace. Discipline does not mean suppressing your thoughts or forcing your mind into submission. It means bringing alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. A disciplined mind is not shackled, it is liberated. Liberation is not chaos, it is clarity. The first step is awareness, becoming conscious of how your mind works. Are you reacting to life or are you responding? Reaction is an automatic loop of emotions and habits. Response is born from conscious choice. A disciplined mind does not react, it chooses its path deliberately. Let me share with you 6 principles to discipline your mind and find peace. Awareness is the foundation. The first step toward disciplining the mind is to cultivate awareness. Without awareness, we operate on autopilot, driven by impulses, habits, and past conditioning. The mind is like a river, it can carry you smoothly or sweep you away, depending on how you engage with it. Most people are swept away, not because the mind is inherently chaotic, but because they have never paused to understand its flow. To build awareness, you must first observe your thoughts as they arise. Do not judge them, resist them, or try to control them. Simply watch. This is not as easy as it sounds, for the mind is a master of distraction. It will pull you toward memories of the past or anxieties about the future. But with patience and practice, you will notice patterns in your thoughts, how they emerge, where they lead you, and the emotions they stir. When you observe your mind, you realize that most of its activity is unnecessary. A disciplined mind does not waste energy on every passing thought or feeling. Instead, it chooses what is meaningful and lets the rest pass by like clouds in the sky. This does not mean suppressing thoughts, it means becoming selective about where your attention goes. Awareness brings clarity. It allows you to distinguish between what truly matters and what is noise. When you are aware, you are no longer a victim of your mind's whims. You begin to understand that the mind is not your enemy, it is a tool, a powerful one that requires conscious direction. This awareness is not a one-time realization, but a continual process. It is a practice, a habit to be cultivated every day. The more you observe your mind, the more familiar you become with its workings. Over time, you develop the ability to step back and choose your responses rather than reacting impulsively. Awareness creates a gap between you and your thoughts, a space where peace naturally arises. In this space, you discover that you are not your thoughts, you are the one who observes them. This simple shift in perspective is the beginning of true inner discipline. It is the foundation upon which peace can be built. Practice stillness to discipline the mind. It is essential to invite moments of stillness into your life. Stillness is not merely the absence of movement, it is a state of being where the mind rests and regains balance. A restless mind is like a turbulent sea, choppy, unpredictable, and unable to reflect anything clearly. But when the waters of the mind are still, they act as a mirror, revealing clarity and depth. In our modern lives, the mind is constantly engaged, bombarded by information, noise, and endless activity. We rarely allow it a moment to pause, to breathe, yet stillness is where transformation begins. Think of it this way, when you shake a jar of muddy water, it becomes cloudy. But if you set the jar down and let it be, the mud settles and the water clears. Similarly, stillness allows the mental clutter to settle, revealing a calm and focused mind. Stillness does not require hours of meditation in a remote forest. Even brief moments of intentional quiet can make a profound difference. Start by sitting comfortably and focusing on your breath. You may find your mind wandering, this is natural. Instead of fighting it, gently bring your attention back to the breath. With consistent practice, this simple act becomes a gateway to inner silence. Stillness is not just about sitting quietly, it is about being fully present in the moment. Whether you are walking, eating, or simply observing nature, you can bring stillness into your life by giving your full attention to what you are doing. When you immerse yourself completely in the present, the mind slows down and aligns with the rhythm of life. This practice is not about emptying the mind of thoughts, but about creating space between them. In this space, you will find peace not because the world outside has changed, but because your relationship with it has shifted. Stillness connects you to the essence of who you are beyond the chatter of the mind. When stillness becomes a regular part of your life, it transforms the way your mind operates. It is no longer caught in endless cycles of reaction, but instead rests in a state of alert calmness. From this place of stillness, discipline flows effortlessly, and peace becomes your natural state. Master your focus. The mind is an incredibly powerful instrument, but its power is determined by where it is directed. An undisciplined mind is like sunlight scattered in all directions. It has warmth but little impact. A focused mind, on the other hand, is like sunlight concentrated through a magnifying glass. It can ignite fire. To discipline your mind, you must learn to master your focus. In today's world, distractions are endless. The mind is constantly pulled in different directions by notifications, tasks, and external demands. Each time you shift your attention without intention, you dilute your energy. This scattered attention creates restlessness and fatigue, leaving the mind overwhelmed and ineffective. But focus is the antidote. It is the art of choosing what deserves your energy and letting go of what does not. To begin mastering your focus, start small. Choose one task or activity and give it your full attention. If you are eating, eat. If you are reading, read. Do not let your mind wander to a dozen other things. This practice, though simple, is transformative. It trains the mind to stay present and engage with the moment. Another way to cultivate focus is to set clear priorities. Not everything that demands your attention is worthy of it. Ask yourself, is this important? Does this serve my purpose? By aligning your actions with your true intentions, you naturally direct your focus toward what matters most. The mind has a tendency to resist focus, especially in the beginning. It craves novelty and avoids discipline. But like any skill, focus strengthens with practice. When you catch your mind wandering, gently bring it back. Do not judge or scold yourself, simply redirect your attention with patience. Over time, this redirection becomes second nature. Remember, focus is not about ignoring the world around you, it is about being deliberate in how you engage with it. A focused mind is not rigid but adaptable. It knows when to concentrate deeply and when to shift its attention with purpose. When you master your focus, you gain mastery over your life. Your actions become purposeful, your thoughts become clear, and your energy is no longer wasted on distractions. In this state of disciplined focus, the mind finds peace not as an accident, but as a natural outcome of its alignment with your intentions. Harness the power of intentions. The mind, when left undirected, tends to wander aimlessly. It reacts to circumstances, sways with emotions, and gets trapped in habitual patterns. But when guided by a clear intention, the mind gains direction and purpose. Intention acts as a compass, giving your thoughts, emotions, and actions a sense of coherence and alignment. To discipline your mind, you must first harness the power of your intentions. Intentions are not merely wishes or vague desires. They are conscious choices that set the tone for your actions. An intention is like planting a seed in the fertile soil of your mind. If you nurture it with focus and clarity, it will grow into meaningful outcomes. Without intentions, the mind becomes like a boat adrift at sea, moved by every wave but arriving nowhere. Begin each day by setting an intention. Ask yourself, what is the most important thing I wish to cultivate today? It could be patience, focus, kindness, or resilience. By bringing this intention to the forefront of your awareness, you give your mind a clear direction. It acts as a reminder throughout the day, steering you back on course whenever distractions arise. Intentions also influence how you perceive and respond to the world. For example, if your intention is to find peace in challenging situations, your mind will naturally begin seeking solutions and perspectives that align with this goal. This is not a mystical process, it is the mind's inherent ability to prioritize what you value most. It's important to differentiate between intentions and goals. Goals are external milestones, intentions are internal states of being. While goals are important, they often depend on factors outside your control. Intentions, however, are entirely within your power. By focusing on your intentions, you create a sense of fulfillment that is not tied to external outcomes. To harness the power of intentions, consistency is key. Revisit your intentions daily, refine them as needed, and align your actions with them. Over time, your mind will naturally align with the values and priorities you set, reducing inner conflict and enhancing clarity. When your mind is guided by intention, discipline becomes effortless. Instead of resisting distractions or forcing yourself into focus, your mind is naturally drawn toward what matters most. This alignment brings peace not as an occasional experience but as a way of being. In the stillness of an intentional mind, you discover your true power and purpose. Learn to let go. The mind's nature is to hold on to thoughts, emotions, memories, and expectations. It clings to the past, frets over the future, and resists change. This clinging creates a sense of heaviness, a constant undercurrent of restlessness that clouds peace. If you wish to discipline your mind, you must learn the art of letting go. Letting go is not about giving up or being indifferent. It is about releasing what no longer serves you, be it anger, regret, fear, or the need to control everything. Imagine holding a rope tightly. The harder you grip, the more your hands ache. Letting go is simply loosening your grip, allowing yourself to be free from unnecessary strain. Begin by observing what you hold on to. Are you carrying old grudges, unresolved conflicts, or disappointments? Are you anxious about outcomes you cannot control? These burdens consume your mental energy and create inner turmoil. A disciplined mind learns to recognize these attachments and gradually release them. One way to practice letting go is to focus on the present moment. Much of our mental clutter arises from living in the past or projecting into the future. The present is free from these burdens, but the mind often resists being here. Bring your attention back to what is happening now. When you do, you will find that the weight of past and future begins to fade. Letting go also means embracing uncertainty. Life is unpredictable, and the mind often seeks security in knowing or controlling everything. But true peace comes not from certainty but from trust. Trust in the flow of life, trust in your ability to adapt, and trust in the resilience of your being. Forgiveness is another powerful form of letting go. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Forgive not because the other person deserves it, but because you deserve peace. This process of letting go is not instant, it is a practice. Begin with small steps, release one thought, one grudge, or one fear at a time. Each release creates space for clarity and calm to arise. Over time, you will notice that your mind feels lighter, freer, and more disciplined. When you let go, you are not losing, you are creating space for what truly matters. The energy once trapped in holding on becomes available for growth, creativity, and peace. A disciplined mind knows the beauty of this surrender. For in letting go, you discover the profound stillness and strength within. Make discipline a daily practice. Discipline is not something you cultivate once and forget about. It is not a skill that can be mastered in a single day or through occasional effort. Discipline is a way of life, a daily practice that shapes the very fabric of your thoughts and actions. To discipline the mind and find peace, you must engage with it consistently, like tending to a garden every day to keep it flourishing and free of weeds. Many people think of discipline as rigid or restrictive, but true discipline is freeing. It is the key to bringing structure to the mind's chaos, enabling you to harness its potential without being overwhelmed by its fluctuations. Without daily discipline, the mind becomes like an untamed forest, dense, wild, and impenetrable. With regular care, however, it transforms into a well-kept path, clear and purposeful. The first step to making discipline a daily practice is to start small. Discipline does not require grand gestures. It begins with simple, manageable actions that align with your intentions. For example, dedicate a few minutes each day to sitting in silence, observing your breath, or reflecting on your thoughts. This small effort, when repeated consistently, lays the foundation for deeper mental stability and focus. One essential element of daily discipline is creating routines. The mind thrives on patterns and predictability. When you establish a routine, it reduces the mental energy spent on decision-making and helps the mind settle into a rhythm. Whether it's a morning meditation, journaling, or dedicating time to a creative pursuit, a consistent routine acts as an anchor, keeping the mind steady amidst its life's unpredictability. Discipline also involves making conscious choices throughout the day. Every moment presents an opportunity to either react impulsively or respond deliberately. For instance, when faced with a distraction, you can choose to redirect your attention to what truly matters. This choice may feel challenging at first, as the mind naturally seeks immediate gratification. But with practice, the act of choosing becomes second nature and the mind learns to prioritize long-term peace over short-term pleasure. Accountability is another crucial aspect of daily discipline. The mind often resists change, preferring comfort over effort. To counter this, hold yourself accountable. Set clear intentions for the day and regularly check in with yourself to see if you are honoring them. You can even involve a trusted friend or mentor to support you in staying committed to your practices. It's important to remember that discipline is not about perfection. There will be days when the mind wavers, when distractions take over, or when you feel like giving up. Instead of criticizing yourself, approach these moments with compassion. Gently bring your focus back to your practices. Each time you realign, you strengthen the habit of discipline. Over time, as you commit to daily practices, you will notice subtle yet profound changes. The mind becomes less reactive and more responsive. The chatter that once dominated your thoughts begins to quiet. Moments of stillness and clarity become more frequent. This transformation does not happen overnight, but it is inevitable when discipline becomes a part of your daily life. Daily discipline is not just about the actions you take, it is also about the mindset you cultivate. When you approach life with a sense of purpose and consistency, the mind learns to follow suit. Each day becomes an opportunity to refine your focus, deepen your awareness, and align your actions with your highest intentions. Through this steady effort, the mind becomes not just disciplined, but also a source of profound inner peace. Ending disciplining your mind is not a task of suppression or force. It is a journey of understanding, alignment, and liberation. When you commit to this path, you are not just shaping your mind, you are shaping your life. A disciplined mind becomes a steady foundation, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with clarity and grace. Remember, peace is not something to be found in the outside world, it is cultivated within. By practicing awareness, embracing stillness, focusing your energy, setting clear intentions, learning to let go, and committing to daily discipline, you open the door to a life of harmony and fulfillment. This is not a destination, but an ongoing practice, a gentle unfolding of your inner potential. With each step you take, peace becomes less of a fleeting experience and more of a constant companion. And as your mind settles into discipline, you will discover not only peace but also a profound sense of freedom and purpose. May your journey toward mastering your mind lead you to the peace that is already within you, waiting to be uncovered. Thank you.